Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another crypto news episode. So a lot of stuff to cover. Let's get straight into it. So starting off with the Bitcoin price, as you can see, we are recovering from this dip. And as you can see, we're moving from the oversold on the RSI and moving to the up, having a little bit of a recovery. Two green candles over here. We might get rejected from the 20 EMA over here on the daily chart, but it's generally just a great time to be buying the dips. And as you can see, this is just reminding me of this. This is just a reminder, and it looks very similar to the September dip over here that we're having. So we potentially may just come back down and consolidate up and down until we get that breakthrough above the EMAs. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Now let's jump into our first bit of news. So SparkPoint, everybody's been talking about their tier 1 listing, and a lot of people are disappointed, obviously, because they've had the tier 1 listing, tier 1 exchange listing on their roadmap on their website for an entire year. And when it came to the Q4, no news, no announcements regarding the listing, and people got upset, and rightfully so. I was one of those people. But I was expecting some sort of, explanation or why this happened. And turns out after they posted this on December 3rd, we had to wait for 9 days for any sort of explanation. And they don't seem to, too stressed out about this, but they did acknowledge that they are getting a lot of questions about this. So they did have an AMA on SwapZone's YouTube channel, and they did touch on the tier 1 listing because a guy asked about that in the comment section. So if the guy didn't ask about it, I doubt that they would actually bring up the tier 1 listing. But they said that they have signed an NDA agreement, which is a non-disclosure agreement, means they can't talk about anything, and that they're still processing and everything, is getting ready for the launch itself. So I don't know how soon that's going to come. That's not concrete information, because on the website you had the tier 1 listing in Q4. And if you're not going to deliver until the end of the year, that means that you misled people, basically. And until we get any further news on this, and until we get, the actual listing announcement itself, I won't be doing any SparkPoint videos from now on. So right now, this is the last time I'm going to be mentioning this project on the channel until they kind of, work this out. So yeah, that's for SparkPoint. Now jumping into another interesting news that I didn't expect, really. Opera and Solana announced partnership to support dApps and a wallet in the browser. So Solana goes to the Opera. The Opera team said on Twitter that the integration was expected to be ready by Q1 2022. By then, users should be able to enjoy all the benefits of the blockchain in desktop and mobile browsers without any restrictions. So that's pretty cool. I do use Opera, quite a lot. So this is a very, very interesting turn of events. Opera's interest in Solana is not surprising, since at least 2018, the browser has been taking a targeted approach to cryptocurrency support, blockchain technology, and the so-called Web3. So yeah, if Opera starts, integrating blockchain technology into its browser, I think it can really push Google and force Google to adapt, basically. The news doesn't seem to have excited the markets much. Opera stock closed Friday's trading session at 7.24, down 4%. So yeah, this is really exciting. Let me know if you use the Opera browser, but I think this is great, and this is definitely going to be helping me a lot. US inflation rates hit a 40-year high. Bitcoin remains the answer. So on December 9th, the Consumer Price Index was released to the general public, and fixed inflation over the last 12 months at 6.8%. For October, the CPI fixed inflation at 6.2%. Sparking public outcry as data indicated that it was a 30-year high. The new figure is the highest since June 1982, as inflation entered territory that it had not seen for nearly 40 years. So this just, to a normal, human being that doesn't is not involved in crypto, this should be a red flag. And people that hodl their fiat will lose value over time. And this is just another indicator. And I don't know. Crypto is literally the answer. Investing in general is the answer. It doesn't have to be crypto specifically or only crypto. You can diversify into real estate, gold, oil, all that kinds of stuff, stocks. So, but yeah, Bitcoin seems to be getting a lot of attention because of this, and retail is not selling actually right now. Not a lot of retail is selling, so people are starting to smarten up a bit and be a little bit more mature about the market. So since launch in 2009, Bitcoin has risen by over 73,000% and reached a peak of nearly 69K just a month ago. So yeah, since 2009, this was the best investment that you could have ever had, 73,000%. While fiat, for example, euro, has been in a downtrend ever since its inception. So for the last 30 years, euro has been in a depreciating downtrend. So, that's all there is to it. Now, jumping into our next news regarding Solana as well. So Solana faces a turbulent future after recent network outages. Why this could prove fatal for Sol. So Solana blockchain suffered a DDoS attack that slowed down the network's speed. Cybersecurity enthusiasts say the attack portrays the security flaws of Solana's proof of history consensus framework. The incident is likely to heighten the concerns over Solana. So basically, Solana doesn't use proof of work or proof of history or proof of stake. They use proof of history, which basically combines the previous two consensus into one. It's really interesting how they work it out, but it's not a secret that Solana is more of the on the more centralized spectrum of the cryptocurrency world, and some people, don't invest in it simply for that reason. But they don't have a roadmap that leads to decentralization, which turns off a lot of people. So basically, to run a validator node on Solana, you need millions of dollars for the hardware and everything to run the nodes. So that in that sense, it's centralized. And here they have another attack and another huge issue here in a span of a couple of months. So the first one is a couple of months ago, I think, maybe 2 months ago, when the network was down for 17 hours. But this is a new technology, so it's great that this stuff happens now, so that in the future people are prepared for this and they can prevent this from happening. So the Solana blockchain has suffered a distributed denial of service. The attack was first highlighted by the Solana-based NFT platform Block Asset. So Block Asset said in a tweet that the token distribution on the Solana network was taking a long time because the blockchain was overloaded due to the DDoS attack. This is typical of this kind of attack, which is usually characterized by a large number of devices or a botnet overwhelming a network with spam traffic to take it offline. So yeah, interesting where this how this actually how this plays out. But we'll see. Let me know what you think of Solana, and are you concerned about this at all? So the Solana network, which experienced a shutdown yesterday, has announced that it has restarted the network and should soon restore all services. The price of Sol, the blockchain's native token, took a hit and it dropped to, yeah, it did see a nice drop actually. I did notice that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now moving into some light news and some fun news over here. So Keanu Reeves, who doesn't love Keanu Reeves? Everyone loves Keanu Reeves. So he was actually doing marketing for his latest Matrix Resurrections movie, and he was asked about cryptocurrency. So the actor said, a friend of mine bought some for me a while back, and that he hasn't done anything with it because I haven't had to. So that's called HODL. The journalist or the interviewer explained to Keanu, and he said, well, yeah, I have a little HODL, which is a funny way to use the word HODL. But yeah, it's interesting. He touched on the NFT space as well, and he touched on the VR side of things and the metaverse. And what I can take away from this is just over here. So Can we just not have the metaverse be invented by Facebook? The concept of metaverse is way older than that. He said, I'm just like, come on, man. So yeah, this is the thing for me as well. The fact that, Facebook is going to be, leading the charge in the metaverse, kind of thing. It just, turns me off a little bit because, I don't use Facebook. I hate Facebook. It's a really evil company. And, if you know, and if you use it, that's fine. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person or anything. It's just that I don't use Facebook and I don't like the people behind Facebook. So yeah, and it's alarming that they're going to have a lot of access to this metaverse content and basically to all the creators and the users of the metaverse that they're going to be building. But I'm not going to be one of the people who's going to be jumping into their metaverse as soon as it launches. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. But that's pretty much all the news that I wanted to share with you guys. If I missed out any important ones regarding the projects that we follow here on the channel, let me know down below in the comments. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. We do have a Telegram and a Discord server as well. And we do have a Patreon. Check that out as well. Thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. All the links to all the articles are going to be down below in the description. Peace out.